All right, this morning's little object lesson is called Mission Impossible. And I am going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to cut a hole in this piece of paper that I can walk through. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that's impossible. Well, let me give it a try. I'm going to just cut right here. Okay. I cut the biggest possible square that I could by just cutting around the edge. Boys and girls, do you think I'm going to be able to walk through this without ripping it? Probably not. I can wear it as a very cute necklace. So that's not going to work. So in order for me to do this impossible thing, I am going to need to have a super duper secret master plan. And I do. And while I'm cutting this in my secret master plan way, which I will share with you later, if you really think it's possible, I want to talk to you about God because He does the impossible. He created the world in 7 days from nothing. What Bible story do you think of when you think of how amazing God is? Is there anything you can think of that He did that seemed impossible? Do you think it seemed impossible for Moses to cross the Red Sea on dry land? Do you think it seemed impossible when Jesus said that the temple would be torn down and raised back up in 3 days, and He was talking about Himself being the temple? Maybe there's other Bible stories that you learned in Sunday school that you're thinking of right now, and you're thinking, yes, this sounded impossible, but God can do the impossible. And today, it's going to look like Miss Jen can do the impossible. Do I still have doubters out there? Okay, I am almost done cutting this. You're saying, okay, it's looking a little bit better there, Miss Jen. I think maybe, possibly, you have a plan. And isn't it neat that God always has a plan? Since He created the world, He had a plan. He had a plan that we would need a Savior. And the greatest plan He had for us came when He sent His Son to come to earth and die on the cross for us and go back to heaven so that we could accept Him as Lord and Savior and get saved. Isn't it awesome that our God understands our circumstances right now? You may feel like there are some pretty impossible things going on in your life. Isn't it amazing that we serve a God that nothing is impossible for? Maybe right now you're just having trouble in math or science. I can relate to that. Can't really relate to the math. Maybe you're having trouble with your brothers and sisters. Maybe you have some bigger problems. Maybe your parents are fighting. Maybe you're scared. Maybe you're hungry. I don't know what you might be struggling through and what might seem impossible in your life. But I can give you comfort in the fact that God knows exactly what you're going through and God knows how to fix everything. And nothing is impossible for Him. And Miss Jen can cut a piece of paper that she can walk through. All right. I am going to give you some instructions in the comments about how you can make a piece of paper that you can walk through. I heard you can even do this on a 3x5 card. I didn't feel like I was quite that talented, so you might want to even try that at home. But I want to leave you with a verse that Jesus said when the disciples said, well, who then can be saved? He said this to him. He said, with men, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. See you later, guys. And no matter how impossible things seem, God will get you through it. All right, boys and girls, here's your instructional video. Scissors, one piece of paper. Fold it lengthwise and cut slits, kind of wide ones, about this way, about that wide. So you want to just cut these. And then you want to flip your paper over. And this is the side where the two pieces of paper come apart. On this side, you're going to skip the 2 outside edges, but the other ones, you're going to cut a slit going the other way. So you cut these slits down there. And then you have these slits at the top that are folded over. You're going to cut those, except for the 2 outside edge ones. You skip those. It won't work if you cut those. So you're going to go right through and just cut these. And then very carefully, you are going to pull these apart. If you have any 3-year-olds living in your house, make sure that you put the scissors up high or they may give each other haircuts.